Well, hello. My name is Daddy-O. Check my microphone. I do some faceless channels and I do some face channels, but we're going to talk about a few other things today because I got some information. All right. If you've been doing faceless channels, I'm sorry. Be careful. Just do what, pay attention. Faceless is having issues. I've already looked at a lot of stuff that I have thought was monetized, been getting paid with AdSense. They're not getting paid now. There are channels that are not so much stopping. Understand this. If you've been doing faceless channels, yes, your videos are still going to stay up. They're not going to take your videos down. It's just the monetary part of it you might have issues with. Pay attention. All right. There's a video I saw earlier that popped up on my feed that showed it was totally one of those that you can't do no more. And if you see a video pop up, you click on it, and all of a sudden the words start coming across the screen, the subtitles come across, and it's already in yellow, highlighting the words as they're saying the words. Odds are those are faceless channels because you're not going to see a face on there. Pretty much those are just cookie cutter, what's been going on for a long time. Those are what YouTube's trying to slow down or completely stop. And I've seen that some of the money, you can check on YouTube, find out who's getting paid and what they're getting, how much money they're making. And a lot of those channels are not making money now. And I've told you about the other channels that reaction channels. Those are really, you need to be careful with. There's a lot of channels up right now that are, when you look at them, they have 1 million subscribers. They have their videos are going out, they're doing 100,000 views on each video per month. They're making, they should be making a lot of money, but when you go and look, it's $0. It's one of those kind of channels that they can brag about. I've got 1 million subscribers, but I ain't making no money. Or making very limited money. There's some things they've let you get away with when you're doing reaction channels that you cannot. You've gotten away with them in the past, but you're not going to get away with them in the future. But the copyrights that have been okayed, the author or the person that created that content is allowing it for now. But that's where you have an issue because they can always change their mind. 5 years from now, you're making money on videos that you did, and all of a sudden that author of that music or whatever decides, no, I don't want that. It's not authorized no more. And then they can start making your money. YouTube will start paying them the money that's being made off of your videos. That's just the way that ball game works. So be careful with what you're doing. I'm highly recommending face channels. Face channels, okay? If you want to do YouTube, now look, if you're an Uber driver, now I talk a lot about doing Uber too. If you're an Uber driver, jump into this, okay? Grab your phone, turn it sideways, and start talking about your last ride. Start talking about whatever it is you do, getting ready for work, going out to do Uber. Any little tips or tricks that you want to pass on to other Uber drivers. You can build you a channel by doing Uber and doing a face channel. They're the easiest things to do. There's no editing. If you screw this up, if I screw this up, I was doing a video yesterday, didn't get to finish it because right in the middle of the video, I got a phone call. Had to stop the video. I do one-shot videos. If this one doesn't work out, if my sound quality, if my mic's not working, whatever, I'm going to come back and do it again. No big deal. But a face channel is easy because you don't have to do any of that editing. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is make sure you got a little basic, Amazon microphone to do your voice with. Make sure you got some kind of decent quality, and just start talking about things. It's easy to do this. If you don't believe me, go back and look at how I started this channel. This first video I did on this channel was the 1st of January of this year. I had no clue. I just was excited about doing faceless stuff. Started talking about it at the back of the vehicle. And I just kept posting those videos. And before I knew it, this is the results of it. I've got 300 and whatever, 30 some subscribers now, which I never thought. I've talked about this in video after video. I never expected more than 50 or 60 in a year. I was just having fun, but I learned some tricks along the way to doing my faceless stuff to make them work with the thumbnails and the titles that I've preached on here. I learned tricks along the way that made this channel all of a sudden, I got videos now, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos that are in 2,000 or 3,000 views. My view hour, I just got a thing from VidIQ yesterday. I've gone over 25,000 views now on this simple little channel. This is not hard to do. It really isn't. And all you have to do is just do what I've told you to do in a lot of my other videos. I've just continuously talked about how I've done what I've done here. It's not hard. It's very simple. Just listen to me a little bit. Subscribe, ring the bell, do whatever you got to do to make sure you're listening. But this is not that hard to do. I use VidIQ. I'm going to tell you the one AI that I have kind of narrowed it down to, because with the face stuff, that's pretty much what I use. It makes everything happen here. It makes sure my titles are right. It makes sure my thumbnails are right. It helps me along. And I use a little Canva, which is nothing. All right, that's just the border. But this is simple to do. And I've told you, in other videos, if you're new here, I'm only 72 years old. I'm fixing to turn 72 in another month and a half, I guess it is. I'll be 72 years old. If I can do this at my age, build a small channel, and that's what I'm doing. I'm building my goal right now. I didn't have a goal when I set up for subscribers and views and all that. I had no goal. I got one simple one right now, and that's 500 subscribers. That's my next little threshold, because then at that point I'm allowed to do things on this channel that I can't do now. When you get to that 500 views and you get 3,000 watch hours, I'm still got to work on that, but still I'm having fun with this. That's the important part of this whole thing. Is I'm an Uber driver. I get out here and I do Uber 7 days a week, but along the way I found that I've created a little channel that is fun. I hope I'm being informative. If you think I'm being informative, leave me a comment. Let me know, hey, Daddy-O, you're doing good, whatever. That's encouragement that at my age I can use. But don't get all worried about, I can't do this, because this is easy to do. If you've been thinking about it, just do it. Way back in my first videos, I was talking about get off the couch, get off the tree stump. Well, then I got to where I was saying, no, sit on that tree stump, sit on that couch, wherever you got to do to get this started. And just start making me up some videos. And I've talked about that. Do 8-minute videos, 10-minute videos, 12 minutes. That's the sweet spot. Stay over 8 if you're going to do long form. Stay away from shorts. I've preached that before. And I've also talked about this before, that a lot of people have a hard time understanding. Don't tell anyone about your channel. Keep it on the down low when you first start. You don't want, the algorithm knows where your clicks are coming from. If you're posting on Facebook, all that, this is controversial, and I know a lot of people don't understand this principle, but I'm not the only one talking about this. You can Google search it, or you can YouTube search it. Don't tell anyone about your channel when you first start it. All right, you got to play these little games. All right, once you get a catalog of videos up, a group of videos that people can go from one to the other from. That's what's happening with me now. That's why my views have gone so high, is because I have a catalog of videos that I've done in this 7 months of doing this. I've gotten a catalog of videos up that show that that people are going from one to the other. I'm getting clicks on, or I can see on a daily basis where which videos are being watched. And I'm surprised that some of the older videos are still, people are going back and watching, but they are. And that counts. That counts towards my watch hours. That counts towards, you see how easy this is once you get a catalog up? It's the hardest part in this. It's just getting, I get comments from people that are, I've been thinking about doing it. I've been wanting to do it. Well, I was in the same boat. I had been thinking about it. I've been wanting to do it. Just never got the nerve, but once I tried the Faceless and saw how easy it was, I said, I got to talk about it. I got to talk about this. Now I have found that this here is the one thing, the one project that I've been involved in on YouTube that has shown me how to do the other stuff that I want to do on YouTube. Now I'm still going to do other things, but I'm just being careful with it right now. I'm watching and I'm paying attention to what is actually happening. And when I start looking at channels that I know are making money and they're not going to be making money now, that lets me know that it's happening. It's what's going on. So if you don't like Faceless channels, good, congratulations. There are a lot of the stuff that you've been seeing is not going to go away. It's still going to be there. They're not going to take them down, but they're just not going to make no money off of them. To create an atmosphere where people don't want to do that kind of stuff no more. That's what's happening. YouTube gets, I think it's 20 million videos posted a day to YouTube. So there's a lot of stuff still going to be coming in, and just people aren't going to be making no money at it. So that's what's going on. If you've been wondering about the Faceless ending, it's not so much ending. You just got to use it correctly. And that's what people are going to have to learn how to do that want to continue to use Faceless. So I'm just kind of watching, waiting. I'm not in no hurry with my Faceless stuff. What's there is already there. We'll let it sit there. And we'll go from there. But right now I'm going to have fun with my face stuff. So that's what I recommend you do. If you're Uber driver, you definitely got some stuff you can talk about out of here. If you're wanting to do a channel and you're a driver, by all means, start it. Don't even wait. Do it today. Film your first video. Whether you post it or not, film your video today. Get started. That's all it takes is get started. Anyway, Daddy is going to let you go for today. I might have something to talk about later because I got another thing. This was basically dealing with the Faceless and the YouTube, all that stuff. I got other things I need to talk about, and I may do another video later. But anyway, Daddy-O out. You guys have a good afternoon, good evening. Bye.